Thank you. Welcome to our 2014 Digital State of the Town. I'm Mayor John Lewis. To my right, as you know, when you have a special event like this, you have a special reception host group from Higher Ground Roastery. Danny and Diana, can you tell us where you're located so everyone in Gilbert will know where to find you?
We're located on Val Vista Drive and the 202. We're located in the Spectrum Falls Plaza, right across from Sprouts. Higher Grounds Roastery, also known as HG.
We just love being in the town of Gilbert, and we're thankful that we were asked to be here tonight. And
So on behalf of the town of Gilbert, big round of applause. We have a special gift for you. Thank you.
Thank you.
And it just fits in very, very well with Shop Gilbert. So everyone knows where to find you now, and those who have been here have had a chance to partake of some great food, so thank you again. We begin with the introduction, and sometimes you might call when it's a digital state of the town. In fact, a couple of you said, if it's a digital state of the town, why do we come? Well, because this is an event, and we want to have a fun time for a few minutes, and this is the unveiling of the 2014 Digital State of the Town, and so we need you here so you can help spread the word. We begin by thanking many of our elected officials who are here. The list that I have been given, if you are here and could please stand, and then we'll give you a nice big round of applause at the end. And I'll just do this thing that I didn't have to do 4 years ago. Representing U.S. Senator Jeff Flake Buchanan Davis, State Representative Eddie Farnsworth, State Representative Warren Peterson, and if these individuals are here, please stand, and if not, they're on their way. They'll be here in a few minutes. Maricopa County's Chairman, Denny Barney, Maricopa County Supervisor, Steve Chukri, Mesa Mayor Scott Smith, City of Scottsdale Mayor, Jim Lane, Vice Mayor from the town of Queen Creek, Don Oliphant, Town of Queen Creek Councilmember Jeff Brown, representing Mayor Tip Trainey because City of Chandler tonight has a council meeting, Patrice Krause, John McHatton representing Congressman Salmon's office. And we do, from an education standpoint, there's so many I'd like to introduce, but I'm just going to have Dr. Linda Lujan from the Chandler Gilbert Community College president please stand. Please give this group a nice big round of applause. Other elected officials that I give great appreciation for their teamwork, for their service, for what they do not only to support me personally, but the town of Gilbert. Would members of the Gilbert Town Council please stand? Keep standing. Councilmember Jen Daniels, Vice Mayor Eddie Cook, Councilmember Jordan Ray, Councilmember Victor Peterson, Councilmember Ben Cooper, and Councilmember Jared Taylor. Another big round of applause. Thank you. I am pleased to announce that I was just feeling so special. I had a chance with a few of the mayors to be in the governor's office earlier today. And I came home, and before coming down here, I walked in and I was trying to engage with my wife and just tell her what an exciting event that was. And I was about to tell her about what happened. And she gave me that funny look like maybe there was something on my face or something. Then I get a little worried that I had food or something. And she said, you know, stop talking, follow me. And we went into the bathroom, and she said, you're headed down to town hall to do the state of the town, right? And she said, yeah. She said, just stand right there. And she pulled out the tweezers, and she said, you're not going anywhere until I pluck this eyebrow. So I'm pleased to announce that I am officially approved to come via my wife because the eyebrow has been plucked and do the introduction to the 2014 Digital State of the Town. So thank you for that. No. As you saw, this year's Digital State of the Town, there are some special things that are part of it. And I first wanted to mention, back to our elected officials, that specifically our 6 mayors that work closely with Gilbert, to thank them, but all of the elected officials that stood, because a 2014 mayor, this is what we do, this is what we talk about, economic development and jobs. In fact, some people say that's all we talk about. Now, that's not true. I've been with this group many times this week, and already we've talked about the Olympics. We even talked about the ASU U of A basketball game tomorrow night. And we even made sure by quizzing each other that we had something very nice for our wives tomorrow for Valentine's. Now, that means we talk about other things, but this, in fact, is 99% about what we talk about as 2014 mayors. More about business, more about jobs will be discussed in the State of Business next week. But if you don't hear me talking about jobs, everything I'll be mentioning and in our digital State of the Town, it's there, and we thank you for your many efforts to help us with that job creation. This is our second digital State of the Town. The first one last year, the theme, This is Gilbert. And of course, part of the assignment there was in addition to, as we had been programmed to be saying when we talked about Gilbert, Gilbert is a clean, safe, vibrant community. And then last year I added Gilbert is a satellite, algae, cancer-fighting, cardiovascular, non-controversial stem cell research community. I'm sure you remember that. Last year's State of the Town in digital format gave us many more things to talk about. And then we had these two great people, Gardenia and Jessica, that if they ever came up to any of us in the community and said, how's your day? It meant that they were about to pull out a camera and start filming you. We had an additional 100 digital videos that are available in our technology site for you to see. Some were talking about services provided in the town. Some of the clips were of you in the community, in a leadership role. And we thank you for that, and we continue on. The 2014 theme I now introduce, where if last year we were focused on what our citizens could be telling the world about This is Gilbert, this year we do take a step back, looking back, and also looking ahead. Now, often in a State of the Town, highlights of the past year are referenced, and that's inside your program. This list on the right side of the inside part, 2013 highlights of Gilbert. 2014, we'll talk more about that, and then that'll continue to be discussed in future discussions in the coming week. When we talk about looking back and looking ahead, and the specific theme of 2014 is creating a legacy. And there are many individuals who could have been selected, but we picked three what I would call legends. Three individuals who have been creating a legacy in Gilbert for quite some time. One of the three was not able to be here, and that's why we have pictures, but two of these legends are here, and Dale and Ilona, if you could please come forward. And is Katie here? Katie, please come forward. And the three of you just to my right side, we're going to take a couple of pictures here because if in Olympic terms we were giving out gold medals right now, the three of you would all be on that stand, all for the gold medals. If it was Academy Award night, we'd all three of you would be getting Academy Awards. These three represent citizens. And Katie, I realize if we put a hat on you and glasses, it could be more like Joe, but these three represent three legends who have been creating a legacy in Gilbert. And so the first part of the featured presentation, which will start in just a couple of minutes, there you are. And the other part that is just so much fun, well, let me just go to this next slide. As you saw as you came in, you were given an app. Now, we even demonstrated, didn't we, just a few minutes ago? And right there, I was showing how their faces were popping up. We were only able to do the sneak preview for these three of their comments about creating a legacy, and the extended version is available through what's called augmented reality. Now, that means on your phone you put an app, and you can take the program and put it in front of your phone, and all of a sudden these three will appear and you can see the extended version. If you are not impressed, then take it home and show it to your kids, and they will be, or grandkids. But right here, the three, we thank you, and we give you another big round of applause. Thank you. When the featured presentation is done tonight, we've got a hashtag down here, Gilbert Legacy. We invite you to just start sending messages or even the link to the presentation. At 7 p.m. tonight out on our website, it will be officially available and you can start to send it to others. And we'll have a little bit of fun with this, and please spread the word that there's this thing called augmented reality, and you know what it is because you saw it firsthand. Now we bring that all into this featured 20-minute presentation. Why would creating a legacy be so important in the year 2014? One of our two production managers for this 2014 Digital State of the Town has been working very hard. And proactively, we did a lot of the filming a couple of months ago because she was expecting. Last Saturday morning, Braden James Bautista born. This is one of our newest members in Gilbert. CEO Tim Bricker, born at Mercy Gilbert. Braden represents the next generation. And so dedicated to someone very special, Jessica the mom, the whole family, but Braden in particular is our next generation. And so without, as they say, further ado, I'm pleased to present our 2014 Digital State of the Town, Creating a Legacy, which is our assignment for the future generations.
Growing up in this farmhouse in the 1960s and 70s, I never thought I'd turn it into a nationally recognized restaurant and a Gilbert landmark.
When my family farmed this land in the 1950s, I never dreamed it would become a center for education in Gilbert in my family's name.
When I attended first grade here in 1941, I never would have thought more than 70 years later I'd be volunteering in the same building, now the Gilbert Historical Museum, a Gilbert legacy in the bustling downtown Heritage District.
Building community from the ground up, this is my legacy.
Educating our future, this is my legacy.
Keeping history alive, this is my legacy.
Whether it's through creating a community, advancing education, or keeping history alive, there's something we're all doing to create a legacy here in Gilbert, Arizona. In this year's 2014 Digital State of the Town, we have many notable accomplishments to share with you. This year we were recognized as the 2nd safest city and 8th most thriving city in the country. We thank those from the past who laid a foundation for what we might call our 2013 legacy. But we have more to do, and this is what this year's State of the Town is all about: creating a legacy with the future in mind. Town leadership is playing a vital role in preparing for the future.
We've certainly had an exciting year. As you can see by the impressive building behind me, Gilbert continues to grow and thrive. With a population of 230,000 people, we are looking forward to the future and anticipating an additional 100,000 people when we reach build-out. One of the ways we are planning for the future is with our Transportation Master Plan. We created a detailed process to gain feedback this year, and we will be working to incorporate the suggestions and ideas from our plan into our infrastructure as we grow. In line with our goal to be a high-performing government, we are putting in place new benchmarks for employees. This sets specific goals and comparisons with other municipalities within our region and the nation to ensure we deliver best-in-class service for our residents. This year, we're very proud to say that on 2 key metrics, cost of service to our residents, we actually improved from an average cost of $1,433 to $1,353. Another important key metric was the full-time employee ratio per 1,000 residents. We were already the lowest in the region with 5.7. We actually lowered that to 5.5. We are also making great strides in digital government. In addition to expanding our social media channels, we received national recognition for our mobile app development program, Spark App League. Spark is a collaboration between Gilbert, ASU's College of Technology and Innovation, and Intel that brings Arizona high school students together to create useful mobile applications using town data. Spark earned honorable mention this year in the Driving Digital Government category from the Center for Digital Government. We're excited about all of these improvements and look forward to many more in the future as we continue our focus on providing best-in-class service at all levels to our residents as a high-performing government. That's how we're creating a legacy.
Patrick is just one of the town leaders working to create a legacy here in Gilbert. Every day our council members are striving to make our community better, whether it's through policies and decision making, or outreach events, fundraisers, or town traditions.
Operation Welcome Home is a community-wide event where we have the opportunity to honor a member of the military having returned from a tour of duty. We love our small town feel in Gilbert, and we love the opportunity we have to get to know our neighbors and to reach out and to help others in need. And so Operation Welcome Home was the perfect opportunity for us to do that for members of the military and their families. I love the fact that when Gilbert's name comes up, one of the things people think about, among many, is people who appreciate and are grateful for others who have gone before them. I think we're creating a legacy of gratitude for those who have served the community at home and abroad.
We're at the Gilbert Police Department 5-0 Car Show. It's important for the town of Gilbert and the police department and the town council to support events like this because it allows us to get into the community to help raise money for great causes such as the Special Olympics. The main reason why it's so important for council members to be out and about within the community is we're able to talk with residents and then be able to better be informed as we make decisions on their behalf.
Out here on Williams Field,
the town council really cares about the town. We love being a part of each of the different events and being in the community as much as we can.
Fuel of Dreams is one example of the fundraisers Gilbert PD participates in.
I hear you're going to be a police officer someday. Is that true?
The reason why it's important for a council member to get out in the community, it gives us the opportunity to listen and to hear the needs of our community. By listening to their needs, it allows us the opportunity to make good and wise decisions.
Thank you very much.
This is the 12th year that Gilbert celebrated Constitution Week. And over those 12 years, we've become the largest celebration of the U.S. Constitution in our country. And we're pretty excited about that. The Constitution sets the framework for government at the federal level, but it also establishes the principles of good government that we as council members can follow. We take an oath to uphold it. We're so glad you're here to help us kick off Constitution Week. And so if nothing else, it's for us to remember and to reflect and celebrate the oath that we've taken and the promise that we've made to the residents in Gilbert. It's important for council members to be involved because we're the servants in the community.
Gilbert Days is a long-standing tradition for the town of Gilbert, and it is for me personally as well. I remember my first Gilbert Days 30 years ago, marching, playing my trumpet with the Gilbert Junior High School Tiger Marching Band. This year we had a great opportunity to pass this tradition on to the next generation as I walked with my daughters and handed out candy and greeted Gilbert residents along the parade route. It was a lot of fun. It's a terrific tradition for the entire town, and it has great personal memories for me. These traditions are what help us maintain that small town feel that everyone always talks about.
Make a Difference Day is an opportunity for our citizens to come out and make a difference in the community. So we find that they tend to engage, not just on that one day, but once they've understood what the need is and the opportunity to give is, they continue to engage. And so it's really the beginning of a difference that we're hoping to make in our community. I think it's extremely important for council members to engage in the community in a direct way. It helps to open a doorway for them in the future also to communicate with us, that they know they can come to us, that we're accessible. So I do think it's our role, though, to engage and to thank people for what they're doing, because they're truly making our city a better place by serving in the way that they do. Helping those who need it the most.
By giving to our community,
we are creating a legacy in Gilbert.
As I mentioned, Gilbert has been named the second safest city in the country. And that recognition wouldn't be possible without the men and women who protect us every day. The valiant police officers and firefighters who keep the public safe.
Gilbert continues to be a very safe community. Our crime rate was the lowest in the state of Arizona of any community with more than 100,000 people. But probably the bigger news was last year we ranked 5th in the nation. We came in 2nd this year. Our primary function in policing is not the enforcement of the law, it's the prevention of crime and working with our citizens to prevent crime. This year, one of our highlight cases that we look back on was a commercial retail theft investigation that involved one of our patrol officers working in partnership with the retail community, developing additional information, getting our detectives involved, which resulted in hundreds of thousands of dollars in recovery of stolen materials. We use data, we use technology, and we use partnerships. One of the things that we did was we worked in partnership with the communications department to build an app. That app has taken off. It was the first in the nation that we know about. We're getting calls from all over the country from agencies that are looking at what we're doing with that program and how successful our intelligence-led policing programs are. It validates what we're doing, and it really puts Gilbert on the map as being a leader in public safety. And then we developed a follow-up Facebook page, which we call our Crime Solvers. Social media allows us to get our message out there. It allows us to get that information out to the public, and it's viewed by thousands of people who can help us solve crime. People feel safe in their homes, in public places, and on our roadways. And I really believe that we do that through good tactics, good training, good people, good partnerships. We'll continue to work on reevaluating our programs through the next year to keep that in place. Creating a community where people feel safe, that's our legacy.
It's been a busy year for Gilbert Fire and Rescue. When you think of the fire department, you may not think of technology leader, but actually we are. We launched FireDocs, a software application that collects and stores data. So if our crews respond to a medical emergency, they'll be able to take out this electronic tablet, collect patient information, and download it into our database. We've partnered with Intel and saved tens of thousands of dollars in startup costs alone. The ongoing cost savings is probably $15,000 a year because we don't have to pay someone else to store our data because we do it internally. As I look into the future, I really hope that we can expand our services into the community, like hosting more community-wide events like the Pancake Breakfast.
One day when I grow up, I'm going to be a firefighter.
I bet you are, buddy. We'll be waiting for you.
When you become a firefighter, it really is a special opportunity. Most people are drawn to this profession because they want to help the community. As the new fire chief, my expectation is that they don't lose sight of that. I don't want them to look at this in a few years as just a job. We've also expanded our use of social media to provide that information and to connect with the community. Now we're looking at organizational changes that will broaden our approach to the community outside of the emergency response aspect. We focus on taking care of the community. That's who we serve. We're not just the Gilbert Fire Department, we're part of the town. Serving our community, that's how we're creating a legacy.
When you visit Gilbert, you will notice our family-friendly atmosphere. Our parks are a major part of that, providing great places to play, things to do, and events to enjoy. With a new Parks and Recreation Director, we hope to improve those resources even more.
My vision for Gilbert with the Parks and Recreation Department is to have a seamless system for our citizens to be able to go and enjoy a number of diverse activities, programs, and quality of life amenities that will enhance their experience here in the town of Gilbert. Park master planning process has been a very collaborative process to find what's best in class for Gilbert and what we can implement reasonably in our community to allow for the best experience and the best quality of life for our citizens. This year we had some very successful special events, including the Gilbert Global Village Festival that brought 4,000 people to Town Hall to discover different cultures and countries. Residents continue to enjoy our many parks, especially the Riparian Preserve, which had a 7% increase in visitors since last year. And a growing number of those visitors are out-of-town tourists, which is great news for Gilbert. The park system here is outstanding, and it is truly one of the best park systems that I've seen in my career. Making Gilbert a great place to play. We are creating a legacy.
Of course, you can see all the beauty our parks have to offer, but there's a lot you don't see behind the scenes in our Public Works Department. Director Ken Morgan is excited about his new role.
And thinking about some of the highlights, Public Works highlights in particular for 2013, it's quite an extensive list. Some of the things on the list include, as it relates to our sanitary sewer system, we have inspected with CCTV approximately 15% of our system, which is well above the industry standard. As a matter of fact, that's best in class. The average industry standard is typically between 2 to 10% or so, and we far exceeded that with around 15%. On the street side, we've been actively involved in programs where we're doing crack sealing, we're making sure that our streets are drivable, they're smooth, they're the best place to be in the valley, and our guys have really been attentive to making sure that happens. Another thing that we've done, if you look at our street signs, they're some of the best signs in the valley, particularly at night. The reflection of the signs, they are designed, they are built by industry standard, utilizing our personnel who are professionals in what they do. Something we rolled out this year is our new monthly video series entitled On the Job with Public Works. We began this series because most of what we do in Public Works is behind the scenes, and our goal is to inform our residents and business owners of all of the services we provide. We've gone in the sewer system with our wastewater closed circuit TV and cameras underground. We've also gone on the job with water quality tech to see how our water is tested, and we've even shown the community how to repurpose paint for the residents to use free of charge. What we're doing moving forward is taking Gilbert from the growth mode to build out and doing it in a strategic, sustainable manner that not only preserves what we've already done, but provides a solid infrastructure for the future of Gilbert. One example is our long-range infrastructure planning. This process incorporates the assessment of our existing infrastructure, so we are more effectively able to identify when to replace, when to rehab, or when to repair critical infrastructure in the town of Gilbert. The end result is that our customers will receive the best possible service at the best effective price. That's best in class any way you look at it, and that's what we're striving to do.
While our Public Works Department keeps Gilbert operating like a well-oiled machine, Gilbert businesses are actually creating machines, advanced technology, satellites, algae, and so much more. They're creating legacies and making an impact on a national and international scale. Just this year, the International Economic Development Council recognized Gilbert as an accredited economic development organization. This accreditation recognizes Gilbert as the first organization in Arizona, the second municipality in the nation, and one of 35 organizations in the world that have earned this accreditation. And you will be seeing some big changes right here in the Heritage District. This site will become the Heritage Marketplace, bringing more shops and restaurants for residents and visitors to enjoy. A new municipal parking garage won't be far away, and a university will be opening a campus right here in downtown Gilbert. St. Xavier University will open its doors in 2015, bringing higher education opportunities and continuing the revitalization of the area. They're one of the many organizations and businesses embracing partnerships with Gilbert leaders to create a legacy.
I think this economic development team has set a new bar.
The town of Gilbert's nurturing, friendly business atmosphere really aligns with Unicon's culture and values.
From a business perspective, it's a great place to not only live but also to work.
We looked for a place where a lot of our employees and associates at the time had lived near, and Gilbert was quite close and central to everybody.
I have easy access to the freeway so I can get to the airport.
The business environment is quite healthy here and vibrant.
And then the local business community within Gilbert is just really supportive of each other.
The great thing about Gilbert for us is that there's lots of low rent and there's high rent, there's everything in between, so you can start, grow, and build your company here.
We chose a location in Gilbert that was just perfect for us.
This is a legacy move for St. Xavier University. You will be part of our legacy and we will be part of yours.
When the Lewis family moved here 28 years ago, I never imagined that someday I would be the mayor of Gilbert, Arizona. A great place to live where citizens value community, education, and history. What will I do? What will you do? What is your Gilbert legacy? Mayor Scott Smith, Mayor Scott Smith from Mesa, Mayor Jim Lane from Scottsdale, thank you for joining us. Summary, augmented reality, hashtag Gilbert Legacy. 3 legends that have been the example to show us with our 2014 assignment how to create a legacy. Thank you for coming. Our regularly scheduled town council meeting will begin in just a few minutes. Thank you.